Good morning. This is Jay Journey, and we're back again. And I just want to let you know that you are now rocking with the best, and that's you. And I'm your guide on this journey. Today, I'd like to just get in touch with the best of you. As always, I encourage you to plan to succeed, plan to heal, and prepare to feel. For anyone out there experiencing a new day of life, I want to say happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Today's focus is, it got my attention. Now I want to reflect on some of the transitions that we go through in life, whether it be childhood milestones, the privilege to get out there and be able to drive, preparing your life for marriage or for parenting,
Serious.
any career transitions that you may go through as an adult or even as a young person.
Right.
And then that grand divine date of spiritual maturity. Let's take a look at a few of those.
Let's look at it.
So as a child, if you think about just being an infant and coming from your infancy, going into being a toddler, you go through that transition of having a sense as your brain develops, like, hey, it's time to walk. You begin the process of trial and error. And through that process, you begin to develop the skills.
I'm ready.
It's not a pretty process. It's one that's filled with a little bit of hurt, a lot of failure. But in that process, the strengthening is kind of becoming or your skills are being refined step by step, fall by fall. And you realize that, and with each failure, there's a little bit more confidence. And I think that that's the process of life. Each failure gives you a little bit more confidence. It shows you that you won't be defeated. It elevates your mindset.
Power.
I think back on when I was around 16 years old, ready to get my license. And my dad was looking at me and saying, I'm not going to let you get it right now. You're a little too excited. So he made me wait for a year. But even during that year of waiting, there was a little bit of refinement, a growth in maturity. The excitement kind of leveled off, and it became a sobriety in the sense of understanding the responsibility tied to this particular privilege that I was now being allowed because of my age.
Yeah.
And you think about that, you can add it to other aspects of life. If you're looking at preparing for marriage or parenting, there's a certain maturity, there's a certain process that you go through to prepare for that.
Right.
And the thing about career transitions in life is that it never stops pushing you towards that next phase. So when we say it got my attention, we're saying that you're out of that zone of kind of being numb and not seeing what's before you in terms of what's next. But now you're in a position where you start to feel a little bit uncomfortable. You go through a little bit of the what they call growing pains. You start to experience that. And as you're beginning to develop and understand that, hey, I'm uncomfortable in this situation, you go through a spiritual maturity. And that spiritual maturity pushes you to what's next.
Yeah.
You develop an understanding that there's a greater you inside of you. You get what I'm saying? You realize that you can walk instead of crawl. You realize that you can drive instead of ride your bike.
Right.
And there's an excitement with that, a little bit of fear, a little bit of nervousness. But all in all, something has to get your attention for you to transition. So what we want to do every day is kind of look beyond the obvious. What skill sets have you grown from working for 30 years that you can now use to leverage and assist other people? What did you learn as a child that helps you to become a better parent? Maybe it was in absence or in practice. But if we take a look at everything that we've experienced and take a moment to see beyond the obvious, what we'll realize is those things that got your attention was a nudge to grow. And that's all I got for you today. It's your boy Jay Journey. You take care. Be well. Peace.